Do you ever feel like you're constantly chasing the next big thing, always wanting more, that feeling of not being enough? What if the key to breaking that cycle is right under your nose? What if the secret to a happier life isn't about getting more, but about appreciating what you already have? In this video, we're going to explore a simple practice that can completely shift your perspective. Did you know that statistics show that people who regularly practice gratitude are 25% happier? But it's not just about being grateful for the big things. It's about the simple practice that can change your entire outlook on things. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Damon, and this is The Prismatic Nomad. If you're joining us again, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you for joining, and can't wait to dive into this episode today. So, gratitude for me it's a really special word, and it's interesting because it's one of those things that you hear about all the time. Be grateful for this, be grateful for that. But I feel like so many people really hear that word and have it go in one ear and out the other, and don't really take the time to embrace what that word really means for them or what it can do for them. The funny thing is, gratitude costs nothing. It's absolutely free, and it's probably one of the best gifts that you can give to yourself. In terms of mindset and in terms of general well-being and self-care, gratitude is really such an amazing building block that allows for you to stack so many other wins on top of it. And it really coincides with really anything that you do in your life. You know, it's really funny. I had actually planned on doing a completely different episode today, but in the last few days, I have had some really amazing interactions with some of my clients, and it really made me think about just how grateful I am for the amazing people that I am able to surround myself with. And I can't really call it luck. It's not like I'm surrounding myself with these people on purpose, but because of the work that I do, I get to meet so many amazing different types of people from all walks of life. And there are really some very special people that kind of pop into your life from time to time that allow for you to just be grateful in that moment for having that experience with them. So I'd like to share a little bit about that with you today. A couple fun facts about gratitude. It is really a all-rounder, a jack of all trades, if you want to think about it that way, in terms of the health and wellness benefits of it. It helps to reduce depression and anxiety. It increases happiness and satisfaction. Optimism is increased by 5 to 15% with gratitude. And I don't want this episode to get super numbery because that really kind of defeats the purpose of this. But I feel like if you are interested in learning more of the facts and figures behind all of this, if you are a more analytical person and you really want to look into the statistics about this kind of stuff, I highly encourage you to do it. I think it is so interesting learning about all of the crazy impacts that this one little thing can have on you. Longer life, better sleep, better cardiovascular health. Better sleep is a huge one, which is crazy because I would not correlate those two together, but I suppose less anxiety and just feeling safe and secure and grateful really ties into being able to fall asleep a little bit easier. So, yeah. it's also kind of interesting because as you know, I'm a giant nerd, and I love tarot and I love oracle cards. And there's this deck that I have called the Soul's Journey, and it is lessons cards. And I actually was pulling this morning before I went to work. I do this every day, and just so I can have kind of a little insight of pearls of wisdom for the day. And I pull three cards every day, and the three cards that I got today were growth, change, and the one that really stuck with me is gratitude. And when I pulled that today, it really made me want to make this video for you today. I actually had a completely different video already recorded, and I was ready to edit it, and something just didn't feel right about it. And I was going to just record a whole nother video tonight, and I didn't really know what I was going to do. And um, I ended up pulling these cards, and honestly, all I could think about all day was gratitude. Um, I had a really special encounter with one of my longtime clients yesterday, and she is just a bundle of joy. She's such an amazing human being. She's in her 60s and she's just so full of life and she's so optimistic all the time. I haven't seen her in probably 4 years now. And it was like we hadn't skipped a beat. It was just such an amazing. I think we spent like 3 hours together just sitting and catching up and having fun and gossiping and just being silly. And it's moments like that where it's just such a little thing, just a 1 day thing. But moments like that really truly bring joy to my life. They allow me to live in that frequency with somebody else and just share that energy and those emotions and the happiness. And I mean, we were like two little schoolgirls just catcalling and just being silly and giggling in a giant showroom, and you could just hear us echoing the whole time. But it was just so good to sit in that feeling together and just enjoy each other's company. And I was so grateful to be able to experience that with her. Like I said, it's been about 4 years since the last time I saw her. And yeah, it was a really, really nice experience. I had another customer that came in today, and I see so many people all the time that sometimes, unless I've worked with you, multiple times or we had a really memorable experience, sometimes it can take a little bit for me to really click and remember, who somebody is without seeing their face. And this customer had called in, and they had remembered working with me a few years ago, looking at a vehicle, and um, I guess our experience, or I guess our interaction was so memorable that when he called back in and I spoke with him, he knew exactly who I was, and he was like, "Oh my God, I remember working with you. I'd love to come and see you. We're driving up from Eugene. We'll be there in 3 hours. Blah blah blah." Um, and when he came in, we just clicked immediately, and we just had such a cool bonding experience with each other. It was just and his wife was there, lovely lady. She was just so enamored with the vehicle, and we were just driving and just chatting and catching up. And honestly, we didn't. It's funny when you have those instances with people where you are supposed to be selling something and you really don't talk about the product that much. You end up just having a deep conversation with people and getting to know them on such a deeper level, and you're really sharing yourself with them. And for context, I sell cars. I sell really high-end vehicles, and they're beautiful and they're amazing. Um, but at the end of the day, cars are cars, and most of them can really do a lot of the same things that others do. But I'm not in the car sales business. I sell emotion. I sell a feeling. Um, the cars sell themselves. I really am there to help people envision themselves in something that will make them feel a very specific kind of way and really evoke a visceral emotional response when they look at it, when they're sitting in it, when the other people see them in it. And that is honestly my favorite part of my job, is being able to sell a dream and an idea and an emotion to people. And for that, I am truly abundantly grateful. Um, Little things like being able to spend time with my grandmother before she passed, and having those moments where the two of us would just sit on the couch. I talked about this in my last episode, but just being able to sit there with her watching Golden Girls and having that moment with her and my mother, or just her by herself, and just being able to be in that energy and share that love with each other. Those little moments are priceless. And generally they don't cost anything. It's funny how we have built our lives with this expectation that in order for you to feel something, and in order for it to be meaningful, it has to be grandiose or have a really big price tag next to it. When in reality, some of the most amazing gifts that we are given don't cost anything but our patience and our attention and our ability to share a moment with someone else. We can also have moments by ourselves, those moments of insight and clarity and mindset shift and deciding to become a better person. All of those things compound on top of each other, and you should really be grateful for all of those things, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm I'm a really big believer that you should never regret anything. You may feel like, had you made a different choice, that things would have ended up in a more positive light, and that may be true. But at the same time, you are the person that you are today because of the decisions and actions that you have made up until this point. And regardless of, again, the good, bad, and the ugly, those experiences color who you are as a person. And I hope that you can look back at those experiences and truly be grateful for each and every one of them. Every person that you've ever met has touched your experience in a very specific way, whether it was your first love or your first breakup, or somebody was mean to you or bullied you. I'm not condoning any of those, but they shaped you into the person that you are, and you learned valuable lessons about the person that you are today and the person that you are becoming, the things that you are okay with and the things that are a hard pass. Learning how to build boundaries for yourself that are safe and strong, and really being able to stand firm in your oneness and be uniquely yourself. Um, Gratitude is just such a huge topic, and I don't want this video to be a million years long. Um, but I really felt called to talk about it today. So I hope that if you've made it this far, that you will be able to take these words of wisdom and be able to take some time to look a little deeper into how you can be more grateful in your life, how you can show up with gratitude for yourself and for others, and how you can share that with other people. One thing that I have added into my daily practice is a gratitude journal. I actually have two of them. I have one at home and I have one at work. And I use both of them for different things. I write in my one at work about things that I'm grateful for in my career and in my job, the people that I meet that make me happy and bring me joy, the experiences that I'm able to cultivate with such amazing human beings. At home, I really try to focus on things outside of the scope of work. So I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my pets. I'm grateful for my routines. I'm grateful for being able to get outside of my comfort zone and do things that I normally wouldn't do. The list goes on and on and on. But those two things in particular, I feel have really helped me. And I know journaling's not for everybody. It took me a while to really get into it, and I think it was more just the habit of doing it. The journal that I have at work, I definitely fill out more just because I'm there all the time. At home, I tend to fill out things that I'm grateful for that are a little more big picture, specific moments that come up that I really want to remember. And yeah, so if that's something that you feel would be beneficial for you, I definitely recommend it. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of rambling at this point, so I do apologize a little bit, but this is totally just off the cuff. And I really just felt called to make my video about this today. Again, I really feel like gratitude is such a simple self-care action that we can do for ourselves. It doesn't cost any money, and it really allows for you to get in touch with a deeper part of yourself that you don't necessarily think about every single day. And I think if we were all able to just be a little bit more grateful every single day, we would feel so much better. We would be able to live longer, have more physical and mental health benefits in our favor, and I think we would generally just live much better lives. So at this point, I'm definitely rambling a little bit. I thank you so much for joining me. I really, really hope that this ramble session was helpful to you in some way. If you have any insights into your thoughts or beliefs on gratitude, I would love to hear those in the comments. If you're called to like, share, and subscribe, I would love to see that as well. Definitely leaving that to the end because we all know what to do. I'm not going to tell you to do anything, but if you're called to follow, definitely would love to have you become a part of the Prismatic Nomad tribe, my little radiant tribe. Yeah, thank you again for joining. And as always, be bold, be beautiful, be yourself, and never forget, it's never too late to start over. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time, and I'll see you next time.